Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm a Boeing 737 pilot and a member of PMDG's tech team. Today I would like to introduce you to the Multi-Mode Navigation Control Panel, or in short the Multi-Mode Receiver or MMR. This panel has been added to the PMDG Boeing 737NG by the update from the 26th of January 2023, so if you run an older version, please update your 737 in order to receive the new option. And this is the panel that we're talking about. Now, I'm sure that most of you are familiar with the conventional style nav radio in the Boeing 737. However, since about the past 10-15 years, those are the panels which have primarily been delivered with the aircraft. They are selectable from the FMC if you go to Menu, PMDG Setup, Aircraft, Equipment, Previous Page, so that you end up on page 17 of 17. And in here you have the Nav Radio Panels, MMR versus Classic. Now, let's have a quick look into how we set up for an approach using this panel. Today we plan the ILS approach for runway 05 right at Düsseldorf International Airport, and you can see that I have prepared the chart for you over here. Now, for this approach we are going to need two frequencies, which are the ILS frequency 110.15 and the VOR frequency 115.15, as well as for the missed approach the NDB on 311. Now, the multimode receiver can tune ILS, VOR and GLS frequencies, however not ADFs, so we still have the conventional ADF in the aircraft. Now let's go ahead and actually talk a little bit about the input options that we have in the MMR. On the upper scale we see the active frequency, on the lower scale we see the standby frequency. As we can see, the upper scale is currently tuned to the ILS 110.15 as we need for the approach, and the lower scale is currently tuned to an offside VOR, which is the Barman VOR that you can see up here on the chart. Now, let's go ahead and tune this for our approach. First of all, we need to make sure that we are in the correct mode. Currently VOR is selected, so if we want to insert, for example, a GLS or an ILS frequency, then we need to switch this through. I've switched it to ILS right now, so now we can enter an ILS frequency. I've already done this before, but just in order to show you how it works, let's do it once again. 110, the point is added automatically, 15, and now we can toggle between the active and standby switch over here to switch the frequency active. Let's now add the VOR. So we go to VOR and we need 115.15 for our missed approach over here. And that's it. Now, let's switch that active for a second and go over a couple of the other buttons that we have in the MMR. We'll start with a test switch. In order for the test switch to be operable, you need to select the course to 000, and you have to have a VOR frequency active. This is not going to work with an ILS frequency. So, if we now press and hold the test switch, you can observe that the navigation display down here on the VOR1 is going to show you the VOR fail flag. So let's press and hold that, and indeed we can see that we get the amber flag. Let's try that again, and hold it. And here we go. Okay, that is the tuning of the VORs. Now, we also have two new lights in the cockpit of our 737. Let's go ahead and have a look at those. I'm going to turn the light test on so that we can get a better view on them. And these are located on the aft overhead panel next to the ILS. Those are the GPS, ILS and GLS lights. Now, you've surely seen the GPS light before, which used to be in the middle of the panel. Now we also have the ILS and the GLS lights, which are new for aircraft equipped with the multimode receiver. Now, let's talk about exactly what GLS is then, because that is one of the major features that are going to be added with the MMR in the future. Note that I'm saying in the future because they are not yet supported by Microsoft Flight Simulator themselves. But since we have them, let's talk about them. GLS is a ground-based GPS system where you basically have a ground station on an airport that sends correction signals to the ILS thereby making the entire system a lot more accurate. Now, a GLS approach is going to come with an associated frequency that you will find on the approach chart that you enter over here, and the airplane is then basically going to compute a precision approach similar to an ILS, and the indications on your primary flight display will be similar to the ILS as well. However, this is entirely based on a single GLS station on the ground at the airport in question, which provides the advantage of offering a single installation for all runways associated on the airport. A GLS approach is a precision approach and can be flown to a Category 1 minima, just like an ILS approach. Now, in future, there will be a lot of options that can be integrated using GLS, such as curved approaches, which are currently not possible using ILS. So, let's talk a little bit about what you need to be aware of when operating the MMR. First of all, be sure that you have the correct frequency selected. We currently have an ILS selected on 110.15, but when we have ILS selected, we should not enter VOR frequencies. Let's give this a try. So, this is a bug, and not supposed to happen. When you enter a VOR frequency in the ILS, you're supposed to get an error indication. Similarly, when we are on the VOR page and now we enter an ILS frequency, this should also give you an error indication. So, this was just a little demonstration for you guys, so that you are aware of what the MMR should be able and should not be able to do. As we can see, there is still a little bit of stuff to do for PMDG on the MMR, however, it does provide us with some basic functionality, and it overall works as far as we don't enter incorrect frequencies. So, make of that whatever you would like, but I just felt the need to point this out. Also be aware that with the MMR, PMDG introduced a little bug here with a master caution IRS illuminating, however there is nothing shown on the display up there. So that's a little issue that hopefully is going to get ironed out with the next update. This is going to be it for this video. I would like to thank you very much for your attention, hope that you have enjoyed this one, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one. If you want to support the channel, you can do so using the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description below, or you can become a channel member where you can get exclusive access to content before it is released to the general public, and in first class membership you could even request me to do new videos to your likings. This is going to be it from my side. Thank you very much for watching, I hope that you have enjoyed this one, and I'm looking forward to welcome you all again on the next one.